Hello students, this will be the next class of your FRM subject, Finance and Accounting subject. So what I have taught you in my last class is all about the financial structure of financial system. So I hope it is clear. It's very important from the point of view exams also. The next topic would be the regulatory bodies of India. Regulatory bodies are nothing but these people will be having the control on all the activities of the different financial system and the different corporates and all whatever the people who are running out the businesses of India or whatever they are the head who will be looking after all the activities of the all the bodies of India. One is RBI. RBI is an apex of monetary institution. They are established in April 1935 in Calcutta. The RBI later moved to Mumbai in 1937. After its nationalization in 1949, RBI is presently owned by the Government of India. It has 19 regional offices, majorly in state capitals, and 9 sub offices. It is the issuer of Indian rupee. RBI regulates the banking and financial system of the country by issuing broad guidelines and instructions. So the role of RBI will be basically to control the money supply first of all, then monitor the key indicators. Its work is to monitor the key indicators like GDP and inflation also it look after. So all the central banks all over the world, what they look after is this, their currency should not fall beyond a point as such, so that they have to suffer losses like that. The central banks of all over the world will be looking after. So they monitor the indicators like GDP and inflation, how the prices are working, what is the gross domestic product and all. Maintain people's confidence in the banking and financial system by providing tools such as Ombudsman, OMBUDSMAN. These basically they deal with complaints from the consumers about financial matters and all. So they open this is a tool basically which will be open all the time on RBI, so that any complaints are there from the consumers about the financial markets, they look after this. They formulate the monetary policies such as inflation control and bank credit interest rate control and all. So this is the work that has to be done by RBI. The another one is Security Exchange Board of India. It is established in 1992. Basically, it established in 1998, but it got legal status in 1992 to regulate the functions of security market, to keep a check on malpractices and protect the interest of investors. Okay. Headquarters are in Mumbai. SEBI has its regional offices in New Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Ahmedabad. Role of SEBI is to protect the interest of investor through proper education and guidance. It has to regulate and control the business on stock exchange and the security market as such. It also work for to stop fraud in capital market also. It audit the performance of stock market. IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Authority of India, Development Authority of India. It is a national agency of Government of India. It is a statutory board for regulating and developing the insurance industry in India. It established in 1999 through an act passed by Indian Parliament as such. So its headquarters is in Hyderabad, Telangana, regulates and promotes the insurance business in India as such. So insurance companies and their agents and insurance brokers are to protect the interest of policyholders, to regulate and promote and ensure growth of insurance industry and for matters connected with the incidental thereon as such. The another one is I have not written over here, but it is IRDAI. I'm just going to read it out. Uh, Mission of IRDAI, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. Uh, so its work is to protect the interest of policyholder, to regulate, promote, and ensure um, orderly growth of insurance industry and for matters connected therein with the incidental thereto also. So the another one is Forward Market Commission India. Headquarters is in Mumbai. Forward Market Commission is a regulatory authority governed by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. It is a statutory board established in 1953 under the Forward Contract Act 1942-52. Commission allowed commodity trading in 22 exchanges in India out of there at national level. FMC is now merged with SEBI as such. So SEBI is going to look after all the security markets as such. Next is Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority. It is established in October 2003 by Government of India. It is developed and regulated the pension sector in India. National pension system was launched in January 2004 with the aim to provide retirement income to all citizens. Objective of this is to set up pension forms and inculcate the habit of savings for the retirement among the citizens. So this is the work that is being done by the pension fund, also pension fund regulatory development of India, authority of India. So these are the regulatory bodies of India that I was discussing about. Now we are going to discuss about the major participants and players in financial markets. So those are individuals, firms, corporates, government regulatory bodies and market intermediaries. Individuals, these are the net savers. So major participants we are going to talk about. So in the financial market there is a flow of funds from the one group of party, that is, as we already discussed, surplus units known as investors, to another group which require funds. However, these groups do not have direct link. So the link is provided by market intermediaries such as brokers, mutual funds, leasing and financing companies. In all these, there is a very large number of players and participants in the financial markets. So few of them are individuals. They are the net savers and purchase the securities issued by the corporates. Individuals provide funds by subscribing to these securities or by making other investments as such. So they purchase the securities, right? That is one of the source, one of the players. The another one is firms or corporates. Corporates are the net borrowers. They require funds for different projects from time to time. As we all are familiar, they deal with lot many operations, so they need funds. So they offer different types of securities to suit the risk preference of the investors. Sometimes the corporate investors invest excess funds as an individual too. So the funds raised by the issue of securities are invested in real assets such as plant and machinery. The income generated by these real assets is distributed as dividend or interest or dividend to the shareholders who own the securities. The another one is government. Government may borrow funds to take care of the budget deficit or as a measure of controlling the liquidity. Government may require funds for long terms, like to issue the government loans, or short term for maintaining liquidity in the money market. Government makes initial investment in the public enterprise by subscribing to these shares. However, these investment may be sold to public through process of disinvestment. So regulators, the another one are regulators. Financial system is regulated by different government agencies, as we have just discussed. RBI, SEBI, Insurance Regulatory Authority of India, Pension Fund Regulatory Authority of India, and Forward Market Commission. So the relationship among all the other participants, the trading mechanism, and overall the flow of funds are managed, supervised, and controlled by these statutory agencies only. In India, there are the five basic regulatory agencies we have just discussed. RBI, SEBI. Okay, so already we have just discussed about it. So market intermediaries, these are the number of market intermediaries known as merchant bankers or investment bankers or licensing firms, or many other credit rating agencies. The objective of these intermediaries is to smooth the process of investment and establish a link between the process of investment and the investor and the user of fund. So the corporations and the governments do not market their security directly to the investor. Instead, they hire the services of market intermediaries to represent them to the investor. This is the role. This you also have one of the topic. And your third unit I'm going to cover now. That is the role of market intermediaries or okay. So what they do is the corporates or governments do not market the securities directly to the investor. So for that they hire the services of market intermediaries to present them to the investors. Investors, particularly small investors, find it difficult to make direct investment. So a small investor desiring to invest may not find a willing and desirable borrower. He may not be able to diversify his across borrowers to reduce risk. So he may not be equipped to access and monitor credit risk borrowers. So market intermediaries help investors to select investment by providing investment consultancy, market analysis and credit rating of market instruments. In order to operate in secondary market, the investors have to transact there through share brokers. So mutual fund investors, company pools the funds from the investors and invest them in the different investment alternatives. So like that they get the intermediary. So that is how the intermediaries do the work. They work as a mediator between the different businesses and they provide the different source of services. Yeah, this financial services, financial institutions, non-banking financial institutions are the people who work as a market intermediaries. They work as a mediators and do work on behalf of the customers as such. So that is what is the work. So with this, I'll be winding up your third unit. So I'm done with the third unit as such with this. I'll wind up the class here. I hope you all got it. So with this I'm done with your third unit. So in my next class I'm going to start the fourth unit as such. See all of you guys. Bye all of you.